So I'll tap 6 and cast my commander Ko the Face Stealer, which will allow me to exile cards with him when they die, and then he could pay 1 life to choose one of those cards and gain the last chosen card's activated and triggered abilities. Oh, so could you just now have Ko gain the abilities of an Eater of the Dead or a Divining Witch and exile a ton of cards that he could become copies of in the future? Well, sadly, that's not exactly how it works. Ruling 607 states that if one object would have 2 abilities in which the first would take an action or affect an object, and the second refers directly to that action or object, then those 2 abilities are considered linked. That basically means that the second can only refer to the actions taken or objects affected by the first ability and nothing else, even if those other abilities are on the same card. This specific case is made even clearer by ruling 607.2a, which states that any object that has an ability that would exile cards and then a second ability that refers to the cards exiled with that object, it can only refer to cards exiled with that first specific ability. Even if Ko gained the abilities of, say, Eater of the Dead or Divining Witch and activated those abilities, they would not be linked with his ability to become a copy of a card he exiled, and therefore would not be able to use all of those cards that he exiled with those other abilities. Well, that is kind of disappointing, but hey, it is still a really sweet card. I'm sure there's a million 1-card combos in your deck. That thing goes infinite with a ham sandwich. Well, yeah, of course you can do that, but there's still a million other things you could do with it that are way simpler. Watch this. Remember that time I chump blocked with that Kozilek's Translator and then exiled it to Ko? Yeah, I mean, that does have an activated ability, but nothing too crazy. Even though that ability can only be activated once each turn, for just 1 additional life, I could have Ko keep becoming a new version of that same card and activating that ability again and again and again. So I could pay 2 life to make 1 colorless mana as much as I want. Yeah, that's a pretty neat interaction. Just wait till I find a deck that can play both this and VV. I'm gonna commit so many war crimes. Well, that's just diabolical. Anyways, this card still seems plenty strong enough for me to use this Beast Within on. Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to instant speed activate Ko to turn him into that Enduring Tenacity I exiled earlier, and yeah, he's just gonna turn into an enchantment now. Well, you're definitely right that this card slaps. Yeah, and you haven't even seen me bust out any of the 1-card combos I can make with this.